What's up, plant junkies? Jody here for another plant video from plantjunkiecreations.com. Today I'm going to be going over the basic plant care of another beautiful plant known as the black pagoda or the lipstick plant. I would rate this as an easy plant to take care of, so it's great for beginners. I've owned this plant right here for a very long time. I've taken a lot of cuttings from her and I've sold many of them. This one right here is currently for sale at plantjunkiecreations.com if you're interested. She is characterized by this lightning, vibrant green pattern on her leaves. So the more light and the more fertilizer you give her, the more lime she'll be. And not only is the top of the leaf beautiful, but the underside is too. This plant is a trailing plant, so she looks really pretty in a hanging pot or up on a shelf. So I currently have both of these up on a shelf right now. And she is in bloom. I mean, the flowers haven't opened up, but they're coming. All over, they're everywhere. The light requirement for this plant can tolerate medium to bright and direct light, but thrives best in that bright and direct light. I currently have both of these under LED grow lights, so they're receiving that bright light. This plant also does well in an eastern window, receiving that morning sunshine exposure. The water requirement for this plant, you'll want to water on a 10 to 14 day cycle. This plant reminds me a lot of like a Hoya in its appearance, as well as the signs of when to water. This plant is drought tolerant, so when you go to water her, make sure she is pretty much dried out in between that watering. And some signs to look for when she's thirsty is you'll see leaves wilted and wrinkled. So here's a great example. I just watered this one, but you see how her leaves are droopy, they're very soft, and the yellowing, you'll want to avoid the yellowing. That means you're not watering enough, or it could also mean you're watering too much. But since I know the caretake of this plant, I'm not watering her enough, but you'll see wrinkles in those leaves, and that means you need to water. You see those wrinkles? And then you can also do a touch test. So when you go and grab a leaf, squeeze each edge, and is she bendy? Is she flexible? That's a great sign of when to water. Hoyas are a lot like that. And when you're doing that test, you want to do it at the base of your plant. So grab the leaves at the base opposed to the new leaves on the edge. So this plant is hydrated. She's upright, she's plump, and there's no wrinkles. And when you go to do the touch test, she's super firm. So she doesn't need to be watered. The soil requirement for this plant, you basically can use any indoor gardening mix. She does like a well-draining mix, so just be sure to add a little bit of perlite. The fertilizer requirement for this plant, you'll typically want to fertilize 2 times a month during the growing season. What I like to use, I rotate between, and the first one being Gringo Rasta Rise Up, and then Orchid Bloom, or Super Thrive. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember to click on that like button. Also, if you're interested in plant care content, click on that icon to subscribe to my channel.